industry reports suggest that healthcare clinics miss around 29 to 32% of calls. And for dental practices, the number is even higher, around 37%. And these are not just missed calls during the day. Some could be, abandonment rates, which is basically someone calls in and maybe the queue is too long, the wait time is too long, and they just hang up, they abandon it altogether. And they may or may not call back. And then there's also, after hours as well. So you definitely need a system set up for that. So one thing we can do to kind of augment practices and get some of these missed calls is to use a AI voice receptionist. And just so you kind of understand some more of the benefit more concretely, we can do some quick math, some conservative math to make this a little bit more real. So let's say, a modest clinic has maybe 10 new patient calls per month that are missed. And let's say only half of those would have booked. That would be 5 new patients per month. So a low first year value could be, let's say it's $850 per patient. That's about $4,250 per month, or $51,000 per year. And that's just in the first year. So if you look at lifetime patient value, that's going to be an even bigger number. And so these can really add up quickly and, make a big difference in the bottom line in terms of revenue. So having something like an AI voice receptionist can really be a huge revenue multiplier, because they're capturing all of these calls that you may not have gotten otherwise. So if you want to read further into some of the information and data on this, there's a number of articles: National Library of Medicine, Science Direct, the BMJ, etc. But I'm going to go ahead and jump into the interface here. This is VAPI interface for the AI voice agent. And some of the things we're going to focus on here. First, we can see the cost. This is the cost per minute. So total cost with this particular setup, and there's a lot of different ways to do this, but this particular setup is 9 cents per minute. So very cheap, really, when you think about it, because also you're not paying for 60 minutes in an hour per se. It's only being charged when it's actually being used. So that's definitely something to consider with the cost. And if you want to kind of see a breakdown of it, you can see where the cost is going into the hosting, into the transcription, the actual AI model itself that was chosen, which can be selected here. There's a ton of different options. For this demo, I chose GPT-4o mini cluster. You can see some of the characteristics, the latency, and the cost. So, excellent cost for what it's able to do. I'm not going to go into all of the details of how I set this up. That took a while, and this would be a much longer video, but just some of the highlights here. We went over the cost per minute. We went over the model. You can also, if you go over here into tools, you can create a ton of different custom tools. So I have one for get calendar availability that goes into make.com for the workflow management. It has a webhook that, long story short, it'll check your actual calendar, whether that's a Google Calendar, Calendly, cal.com, whatever you happen to use. There's a webhook that it's going to go into, retrieve that information, and then it's going to feed it back actually to VAPI, to the voice agent. So, when the potential customer is talking to this AI, voice receptionist, it's going to be able to gather that information and kind of do that on the fly. If you look here, again, I won't go into a lot of detail on this, but you can see some of the system prompt here for different scenarios, so it's able to know where to go very quickly. The different types of appointments, this can all be altered for your particular use case. um, you know Here's one here for the dental clinic, and again, I can make these for a number of different types of businesses, or if you have something specific for your business, it can definitely be customized. So we can make this bespoke for you. But this is the system prompt here. We talked about the tools. And then there's a lot of things you can also tweak with the voice. You can make it personalized to a certain degree. There's a lot of different types of voices, and you can see their characteristics here. So this one I chose Harry. It's clear, energetic, and professional, but you can have male, female, whatever type of voice you want, whatever tone, whatever pacing, all of that can be altered. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just run a quick demo so you can get an idea of this. So we'll do talk to assistant.
Thank you for calling Dental Partners. This is Harry, your scheduling assistant. How may I help you today?
Hey, Harry, this is Tom. I'd like to set up an appointment.
I'd be happy to help you with scheduling, Tom. What type of appointment are you looking to schedule today?
What options do you have?
We offer several types of appointments, including routine checkups and cleanings, cosmetic appointments, diagnostic services, restorative services, same day care for non emergency issues. Could you let me know which type of appointment you're interested in?
Yeah, let's do routine cleaning.
Great choice. Do you have a specific provider you'd like to see, or would you prefer the first available appointment? Also, have you visited our clinic before, or will this be your first appointment with us?
Yeah, I've been there before. I'd like to just do whoever is the first available provider.
Thank you for the information, Tom. Let me check our schedule for the first available appointment for a routine cleaning. Just a moment while I look that up. I have availability on Thursday, February 16th at 10 a.m. or Friday, February 17th at 1:30 p.m. Would either of those times work for you?
Let's do the Friday at 1:30 p.m.
Great. I've reserved your routine cleaning appointment for Friday, February 17th at 1:30 p.m. Please arrive 15 minutes early to complete any necessary paperwork, and don't forget to bring your insurance card and photo ID. To confirm, you're scheduled for a routine cleaning on Friday, February 17th at 1:30 p.m. Does that sound correct? Would you like to receive a reminder call or text message before your appointment?
Yeah, that sounds correct. And yeah, a reminder text would be great.
Perfect. You're all set for your routine cleaning on Friday, February 17th.
So you kind of get the idea. I can definitely do some more videos about these and show some of the other aspects a little more closely if you'd like to see any of the technical aspects, or if you'd like to see a different type of voice agent, if you're working in an alternate industry. Just let me know if you're interested in using this for your business. Definitely drop your thoughts in the comments below. And remember to like and subscribe if you found these videos helpful. Talk to y'all next time.